Thank you for tuning in to What in the World is Going On. On today's podcast, we're going to discuss sanctuary cities under President Trump, what changes to expect and how they will adapt. As the landscape of immigration policy continues to evolve, the concept of sanctuary cities stands at the forefront of national discourse. Under President Trump's administration, the dynamics surrounding these cities, places where local jurisdictions limit their cooperation with federal immigration enforcement, have become complex. With proposed changes and strong rhetoric targeting these protective measures, many sanctuary cities are embracing for direct impact on their policies and operations. This blog post delves into the anticipated changes that sanctuary cities may face under the current administration, exploring how these municipalities can adapt while continuing to uphold their commitment to inclusiveness and community safety. Join us as we unpack the implications of this shifting landscape and highlight the resilience and innovation that defines sanctuary cities in the face of uncertainty. Sanctuary cities are municipalities that have adopted policies designed to limit their cooperations with federal immigration enforcement. The primary purpose of these cities is to create a safe environment for undocumented immigrants, allowing them access to essential services without the fear of deportation. By providing a protective framework, sanctuary cities aim to foster trust between immigrant communities and local law enforcement. This trust is crucial for encouraging individuals to report crimes, seek medical help, and take part in community activities without the looming threat of immigration raids. Sanctuary cities do not hold individuals based on their immigration status, nor do they assist federal agencies in enforcing immigration laws. Instead, they focus on prioritizing local public safety and community well-being over federal immigration mandates. This often translates into policies that prevent local police from inquiring about an individual's immigration status during routine interactions and limit the sharing of information about undocumented immigrants with federal authorities. In recent years, the definition and implementation of sanctuary city policies have sparked significant political debate. Supporters argue that these policies promote public safety by encouraging cooperation between law enforcement and immigrant communities, while opponents claim they undermine federal immigration laws. Understanding the intricacies of sanctuary cities is essential, especially as the political landscape evolves under different administrations, influencing not only the future of these policies, but also the communities they serve. Under President Trump's administration, significant shifts in immigration policies have reshaped the landscape for sanctuary cities across the United States. One of the most notable changes was the increased emphasis on enforcing federal immigration laws. The Trump administration approach aimed to dismantle protection that sanctuary cities had before enjoyed, initiating a crackdown on undocumented immigrants and restricting funding for local jurisdictions that did not conform to federal mandates. This aggressive stance was characterized by the issuance of executive orders that prioritized the deportations of undocumented immigrants, even those without criminal records, instilling a climate of fear among immigrant communities. Additionally, the administration sought to redefine the relationship between federal and local governments on immigration enforcement. By threatening to withhold federal grants from sanctuary cities, the Trump administration aimed to coerce compliance with federal immigration laws. This put local governments in a difficult position, forcing them to weigh the needs of their communities, often composed of vulnerable immigrant populations, against the potential loss of essential funding for public service. Moreover, the administration's rhetoric around immigration became hostile, framing undocumented immigrants as threats to public safety and national security. This narrative not only affects policy, but also harms public perception, leading to increased scrutiny and division within communities. In response to these sweeping changes, many sanctuary cities began to adapt their policies and practices. Local governments sought to fortify their stances on immigration protection, implementing measures to ensure that local law enforcement agencies would not take part in federal immigration enforcement efforts. Strategies include passing ordinances that limited cooperation with Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, and enhancing community outreach programs to rebuild trust among immigrant populations. As the political climate continues to evolve, sanctuary cities are faced with the challenges of balancing the enforcement of immigration policies with the need to protect their residents and promote inclusiveness. The strategies they adopt in the face of these key changes will be crucial in shaping the future of immigration in America. The landscape of sanctuary cities under President Trump has been a focal point of intense debate and scrutiny, with significant implications for local governments and communities. With the administration commitment to stricter immigration enforcement and proposed funding cuts for cities that do not follow federal immigration laws, sanctuary cities may face a challenging path ahead. The anticipated impact can be profound, both politically and socially. One of the most immediate effects could be a chilling of trust between immigrant communities and local law enforcement. Many sanctuary cities have established policies designed to protect undocumented immigrants from deportation by limiting cooperation with federal immigration authorities. Yet, increased pressure from the federal government may compel local officials to reconsider their policies, creating anxiety among residents who fear deportation or detention. This could lead to a decrease in crime reporting by immigrants who may feel unsafe engaged with police, thus undermining public safety initiatives. Financial implications are also on the horizon. Many sanctuary cities rely on federal funding for essential services, such as housing, education, and healthcare. The threat of losing these funds may force local governments to make tough decisions about budget allocations, impacting social services that support vulnerable populations. Some cities may choose to fight these cuts in court, leading to protracted legal battles that could drain resources and distract from other pressing community needs. Moreover, sanctuary cities may experience increased political mobilization among residents. In response to federal policies, communities may rally around advocacy efforts to protect immigrant rights, resulting in heightened civic engagement and grassroots activism. This could foster a renewed sense of identity and solidarity within these cities as residents come together to defend their values against perceived threats. Finally, the response from sanctuary cities will likely vary. Some may double down on their protective measures, even in the face of federal opposition, while others may seek to negotiate with the Trump administration for a more collaborative approach. This divergence will create a patchwork of responses across the country, reflecting the unique cultural and political landscape of different religions. In conclusion, the anticipated impact of President Trump's policies on sanctuary cities is multifaceted, posing challenges to community cohesiveness, financial stability, and immigrant safety. As these cities adapt to an evolving political climate, their response will shape the future of immigration policies and community dynamics in profound ways. The resilience and creativity of local leaders and residents will be crucial in navigating this complex terrain. As the landscape of immigration policies continue to evolve under President Trump, sanctuary cities find themselves at a crossroad, necessitating strategic adaptation and resilience. These municipalities, which have provided refuge for undocumented immigrants, must now navigate a complex legal and political terrain. To respond to potential shifts in federal policies and enforcement, sanctuary cities are employing a variety of strategies. First, collaboration with local law enforcement agencies is vital. Many sanctuary cities are emphasizing community policing models that focus on building trust between law enforcement and immigration communities. This approach not only helps to ensure public safety, but also reassures residents that they can report crimes without fear of deportation. Additionally, cities are bolstering their outreach programs, providing essential resources and information to immigrant populations about their rights and available legal protections. Moreover, legal defense are being strengthened. Sanctuary cities are investing in legal aid funds to support immigration facing deportation proceedings, enabling them to secure representation and navigate the complexities of the immigration system. Establishing partnership with nonprofit organizations and advocacy groups further enhances these efforts, creating a robust support network that empowers individuals and families in the face of uncertainty. Public awareness campaigns are also critical. By engaging in dialogue with residents and highlighting the contributions of immigrant communities to the local economy and culture, sanctuary cities can foster a sense of solidarity and support. This not only helps to counteract negative narratives, but also galvanize community actions, encouraging residents to advocate for policies that protect vulnerable populations. Sanctuary cities are exploring innovative policy solutions at the municipal level. This may include enacting local ordinances that limit cooperation with federal immigration authorities or protecting certain rights for undocumented residents. By taking proactive steps to create inclusive environments, these cities can assert their commitment to diversity and human rights, even in the face of potential federal crackdown. In summary, the resilience of sanctuary cities under President Trump hinges on a multifaceted approach that combines communities' engagement, legal support, public awareness, and innovative local policies. Through these strategies, they can not only adapt to changing circumstances, but can also reinforce their role as safe havens for those seeking a better life. As President Trump's administration implemented a more stringent approach to immigration policies, sanctuary cities across the United States found themselves at the forefront of legal and social challenges. These cities, which focus on protecting undocumented immigrants from federal deportation efforts, had to navigate a complex landscape of federal pressure, local governance, and community expectations. A notable case study is San Francisco, which has long been a bastion of sanctuary policies. In response to heightened federal rhetoric, the city doubled down on its commitment to preserving immigrant rights. San Francisco officially launched educational campaigns to inform the community about their rights and establish legal resources for those facing deportation. Now, the city also strengthened its policies by enacting laws that limited cooperation with federal immigration authorities, ensuring that the local law enforcement did not engage in immigration enforcement. Chicago faced significant challenges as the Trump administration threatened to cut federal funding to cities that did not follow federal immigration laws. In defiance, Chicago mayor launched a lawsuit against the federal government, asserting that the city had the right to determine its immigration policies without external pressure. This legal battle not only highlighted the city's commitment to the sanctuary status, but also galvanized community support and activism, bringing residents together to advocate for immigrant rights. In contrast, cities like Los Angeles adopted a more nuanced approach. While still identifying as a sanctuary city, Los Angeles initiated dialogue with federal officials to negotiate a balance between public safety and immigration enforcement. By emphasizing community policing and fostering the relationships between law enforcement and immigrant communities, the city sought to address concerns about crime while maintaining its sanctuary status. These case studies illustrate the varied responses of sanctuary cities to the challenges posed by the Trump administration immigration policies. Each city adapted its strategies, leveraging community engagement, legal action, and policy innovations to uphold their commitment to protecting undocumented immigrants. As the political landscape continues to evolve, these cities serve as vital examples of resilience and determination in the face of diversity. As the landscape of immigration policies continue to evolve under Trump's administration, sanctuary cities find themselves navigating a complex tapestry of legal challenges, public sentiment, and changing federal directives. The future of sanctuary cities is not about resisting federal pressure. It's also about reaffirming their commitment to community safety, inclusiveness, and the well-being of all residents. Sanctuary cities, known for their policies that limit cooperation with federal immigration enforcement, have positioned themselves as safe havens for undocumented immigrants. Yet, as the political climate shifts, these cities are likely to adapt their strategies to ensure that this commitment remains steadfast while addressing the challenges posed by new regulations. Looking ahead, sanctuary cities may embrace a multifaceted approach that balances local autonomy and community needs. This could involve enhancing partnerships with local organizations to provide resources and support services to immigrant populations, thus fostering trust and cooperation. Additionally, cities may invest in public awareness campaigns to inform residents about the rights and the benefits of inclusive policies. countering any negative narratives that arise from federal oppression. Moreover, legal battles are expected to continue as sanctuary cities challenge federal actions perceived as overreach or unconstitutional. These cities will need to remain vigilant, leveraging their legal resources and community support to defend their policies while assessing their effectiveness in achieving public safety goals. The future of sanctuary cities under President Trump will hinge on their abilities to adapt changing circumstances while staying true to their core mission, protecting vulnerable communities and promoting social justice. This resilience, combined with a strong commitment to community engagement, will help sanctuary cities navigate the uncertain terrain ahead, ensuring they remain vital safe havens for all residents. Thank you once again for tuning in to What in the World is Going On. If you enjoyed this podcast, please like and subscribe.